Hello, it's Tanya. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. What we're doing today is we are going to be making the cover for my Alice in Wonderland junk journal or interactive book. All right, so how you do, first, I always buy my chipboard at Hobby Lobby, and you can buy it online at Amazon as well. And to get the size of your front cover, my pages that we have been working on for Alice in Wonderland, they are 8 by 6, okay? So what you need to do, you need to make your cover a 1/2 inch larger in the height and width. So my front page is 8.5 by 6.5. My spine is 2 inches by 8.5, okay? And to figure out how large you want your spine, you can do math and things like that, but I typically prefer just to not worry and go with a little bigger spine. I could have gone with a smaller spine, but you see, when you put these in here, they're going to have plenty of room. So I just usually line it up and then give myself a little extra room. And I think that works quite nicely, all right? So these are already cut. Let me tell you about this board. This is a magnetic board that I ordered online, and it has these grids that I love a lot. You can see where you're at, and I'm going to use it especially for this and my ruler because I want to keep myself straight when I'm putting these pages on. So you're probably going to be seeing ring lights and overhead lights. I'm going to try to avoid a lot of that, but at some point there's not much I can do with it, so you'll just have to bear with me for this one, okay? So what I did is I just picked up this cardstock off of Amazon. Like I said, I'll link everything in the description box that I can. And it is 110 pound, I do believe, okay? And it comes in this really large pack. I've lost the front off of it, but like I said, I'll link it. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm going to take this paper, I'm going to get my art glitter glue. I'm just going to put a thin bead right down through here. Doesn't have to be real thick. You could cut your paper down if you want to. Sometimes I cut mine down, but I'm not going to this time because I want to make sure I definitely have enough room for what I want to do, okay? And then I'm just going to burnish this down with a dry baby wipe. Flip it over, burnish it down again, all right? And now we have these pages. Now, like I said, you could cut them down first if you wanted. I find sometimes if you cut them 10 by 10, it gives you not quite so much room. Is I'm going to take some score tape. Now, if you have sheets of, I think it's score sheets or something like that. It's score tape that comes in sheets. That would be very handy to use right now. But I don't have any. I wish I did, but I don't. So I'm going to take this wider score tape and just put it all the way on here. Just going to line it up on the edge, but I'm going to put it all along through here. I think I'll just use this ruler to cut it with. We're going to put it all along the edge on the front, the back cover, and the spine. And when I get that finished, then I'll catch back up with you. Okay, I forgot to mention, you're also going to want to come down through here in the middle, probably about 3 places. Or you could just use art glitter glue down through here. It would give you more wiggle room. Okay, then we're going to burnish this down really well. Like I've said many times, if you can't get your score tape to come up, it's because it's not burnished down well enough. So just burnish it down. You can see I don't have them the same and they're not even, and that's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is the spine first. So let me move this out of the way. And this spine, I like to keep it up an inch from the bottom. And then that will give me an inch from the top. And I can go ahead and cut. So if you wanted, you could cut about an inch off the top to begin with, okay? But I just want to make sure I have plenty of room, all right? So what I'm going to do is I have this right here. Now, I'm going to just try to put this in the center, okay? So I'm going to get this. I use it from the Dollar Tree all the time to remove my tape. So we have our inch at the bottom. We're just going to put this right here and let that go straight down, okay? So we have our inch. I'm going to burnish this down. Now, I think I'll go in there and just cut an inch off that top because I think you definitely could lose an inch easily. Okay, I just went ahead and took a pair of scissors and cut it off. I got a little bit more than an inch up here, but it's not going to matter because you're not going to see it. So it doesn't matter. So we're going to put this back here. Now, I think that got off a little, well, maybe not. Okay. So now what I want to do is I try to leave 3/8 of an inch in between this, my spine and my covers, okay? So what I'm going to do is make a little mark at 3/8. Like this. And I'm going to try to connect these. Same thing over here. You could put score tape between that if you wanted. I just do it like this. Okay. Works better if I use that ruler. So I have 10 and 3/4 this way, and 10 and almost 3/4 that way. But like I said, it's not going to matter, all right? Then what I'm going to do is take my score tape off of here. All right, so now what you want to do is we're going to put this ruler, because this is what's really important. Everything has to be even. If your bottom of your book is uneven, it's not going to be good. Okay, and so far we look like we're doing really well. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay, same principle. I'm going to put this right up against here. Put this down here. And it is down. I got it a little crooked when I let it flip. I think we'll be all right. I let it slide at the top. So I'm going to have a little less space, a little more space. I think it'll probably be all right. Okay, we're going to flip this over. Now what I want to do is I'm going to cut and leave about 1/8 of an inch right there on each corner. And by leaving more than I had to, I've got a little bit more excess to cut off. So you can make yours a little smaller. All right, now that we have that, what you want to do is just sort of raise this up on its edge. And this one I cut, I think, a little too tight. Oh well. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it around. And then I'm gonna get my bone folder and bring it right in through here and help this fold. That's why you really want the thicker cardstock for this. And we're going to kind of bend this up. I'm a little close on some of these edges. Closer than I normally do. Okay, now what I want to do is go in with my score tape. I'm going to use my 3/8 score tape. I used a 1/2 inch to put the book down. I don't think I mentioned that, but I'm going in with my 3/8 inch score tape. I'm just going to put it all along this book, top of the book, and the sides of the book. Then I'm going to take it and go in on the top of this cardstock because I don't want this book cover to go anywhere. I'm going to cut some of this off. I would definitely cut my book down because you really don't need all this extra paper. I should have done what I did the first time, okay? But it'll be fine. Now we're going to put it on the inside here. Okay, then we're going to burnish our score tape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my art glitter glue back out again, and I'm going to put a thin amount right in through here. I'm going to start with my edges. Okay, then we're going to pull this off. I'm going to pull this up. We're going to start in the middle, working out to get our air bubbles out. Okay? All right. So we've got that nice. So I'm going to come here, make sure this is burnished really well. This is really easy to do. I don't know why I didn't cut my paper down. I always do. I guess it's been over a year since I've done one of these, so that might have something to do with it. All right, I'm going to put another thin line of my art glitter glue right down through here. Turn this around. Come up from the center, work down, okay? Then you have these little ends. You can push them in with your nail if you want, or you can leave them out. I think I'm going to try to push mine in. Just fold them in. I got a little close with some of these, so. Then we're going to fold this over. And then That end is a little wonky, but the rest of them look good, okay? But I think that's because I cut this one a little too short and I had trouble mitering that corner. You won't do that, all right? Then I'm going to take this one off. Put my art glitter glue right in here. Pull this really taut, and I forgot to push those corners in. Well, they don't have to be pushed in. I think they look better if they're pushed in. So I'm going to try to just kind of round them that way. All right, so this is what we have. It looks really good. Now what you want to do, you want to get that glue right in here really well on everything. So we're going to start coming in here like this. Don't go too hard because you want to be able to fold. That's why I like to leave a lot of room, because you don't have any problems. If your spine is going to crack, the paper's going to crack from not leaving enough room in there. So this is our book. It turned out wonderfully. It's very easy to make, as you can see. So the next time I see you, next Tuesday, we will make the spine that goes in here and keep continuing on with our book. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. Really helps this young channel flourish. So until next time, stay crafty.